Hey guys, so for today's video we're in a little bit of a different setup. We're actually in my restroom right now and I'm going to be showing you guys my nighttime skincare routine that is not only cheap, it's very affordable, but it actually works. So I think I have maybe like 2 semi-expensive products, and then the rest of the products that I use are super affordable. You can get them mainly at the drugstore and aren't going to break your budget. I know the lighting is not the best, but we're gonna make it work. I have my ring light. Like, I just wish you guys could see my setup right now because I have my camera sitting on the countertop, the ring light behind it, and then my laptop sitting here on a stool so I can make sure that everything looks good. So it's ridiculous. We're doing the struggle bus today, but we're gonna make it work. So the first thing that I do, especially when I have eye makeup on, which I almost always have eye makeup on, I like to remove my eye makeup, my brows, especially if I have dip brow. I don't have dip brow on today, but especially if I have dip brow because it's so hard to get off. And then if I'm wearing a liquid lip like I am today, then I will remove all of that with this. And I get this from Target. It's the Target brand Up and Up. This is comparable to the Neutrogena eye makeup remover, but I use this one because it's cheaper, and I've actually been using this since I was in high school. I think I started using this when I was like 16, so well over 10 years. I've been through many bottles of the stuff. It's so good and it doesn't irritate my eyes, which my eyes can be a little sensitive sometimes, so that's great. I'll take my cotton ball and I just like generously kind of lather this in the cotton ball. Make sure I get it all up in there so I can really get all my makeup off. This is the first step in my makeup removing routine. I look real scary right now, but it doesn't matter because this is all about to come off in a second. So the next thing that I like to do is I always go in with either a makeup wipe or I go in with a makeup balm. I'm trying to stay more away from wipes because I think they're breaking my skin out. I noticed when I switched to a cleansing oil, I noticed a big decrease in my breakout. So I only use makeup wipes when I'm really tired and I'm just really lazy and I can't find the energy to get up and wash my face, or when I'm drunk. Those are really the only times that I ever use a makeup wipe. I always have them on hand, but I typically like to use something like this, which is the Clinique Take Off the Day Balm. This stuff right here, I'm sure you guys have all heard of it. It's okay. I think I want to try more before I commit to one. It gets the job done, don't get me wrong, but it's not my favorite. So this is basically what I'm using right now. I'm just gonna use it until I finish it off, and then I'm gonna actually try to look for something more in the drugstore range and see what I can find. So I take about this much, trying not to let it fall out of my hand. And the trick with this is that you have to rub it between your fingers. If you can see, it'll start turning into an oil, and then you rub it on your face. I like this stuff. Like, I don't want to sound like I hate it, but I don't know. I feel like it kind of like doesn't take off your makeup as good as it should. Like, I find that there's still like a lot of makeup left on my face. And another thing too is when it gets in my eyes, I literally can't see for like 5 minutes. So I really try to avoid my eyes, and that's just kind of annoying, you know? So yeah, just gonna rub this all around the face. Make sure to get up in the hairline because I tend to get breakouts right in my hairline. I feel like that is a really neglected part. If you suffer from breakouts like up here, you're probably not washing off your makeup up in that area. I will massage this for like a good minute or two because I wear such heavy makeup and I wear a lot of layers. I want to make sure to get every single ounce off of my face. I look like I have butter all over my face. I'm just gonna wash this off and then we will continue. Okay, so next we're gonna go in and clean the face with cleanser. And I actually leave my face wet. I don't feel like the need to dry off with this oil because I'm just gonna go in and cleanse my face. So I just leave it completely wet. I literally cannot see out of this eye because it is so blurry from that Clinique stuff, but that's okay, we're gonna power through. So the cleanser that I like to use is this one right here. This is the CeraVe Hydrating Facial Cleanser. I used to use the one for oily skin and I just felt like my skin was so like, oh, it was just so tight when I was done using it. I think my grandma got it for me for Christmas. She got me the wrong one by mistake. I had it and just decided to use it. It just like really helped my face be so like normal. I feel like I'm not quite as oily as I used to be even. I don't know, maybe that's all in my head, but I really like this. It's a cream cleanser. I do just one pump and that works just fine for me. I'll do this for about 30 seconds, just kind of massage it into my skin, get all up in there and kind of just rub it on my face. And then what I like to do, hold for 1 second please, I take my Clarisonic. This is my next not so affordable item, but oh, I got hair all over the place. You guys, the Clarisonic is such an investment. I've had mine for about 3 years and my skin has totally 100% changed since I started using it. I feel like my skin has never looked better since I started using the Clarisonic. So you have to remember, for tools and stuff, it is most definitely an investment, but I feel like the Clarisonic is so well worth it. It has a little buzzer that will tell you when to move. So I start with my forehead and just kind of get all up in my face, make sure there's nothing hiding anywhere. When it completely shuts off, I'll just kind of take it to my neck just to make sure I get all the makeup off of my neck, because you don't want to neglect that part. And my cheeks get really red because I have rosacea, so whenever I wash my face and use my Clarisonic or an exfoliating brush, it gets red. So it settles down, but that's just what I'm working with. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take a cloth and wipe this off my face, and then we'll continue. So tonight I'm gonna do a mask because I haven't done one in quite a while. I'm really bad about doing masks, even though I try to do them at least once a week. I'm really bad about doing them. So I'm gonna do one tonight because I was a bad girl on Saturday and I got a little too crunk and I fell asleep with my makeup on Saturday. So I have a couple of breakouts. You guys, my skin breaks out instantly whenever I do that. I'm pretty strict to my skincare routine. I almost never fall asleep with my makeup on, but I had a little too much fun this past Saturday. So it does happen. I usually try to at least wipe my face with a face wipe, but that didn't happen this Saturday. It's okay, it happens. Just don't let it become a habit, because girl, your skin will break out so bad. So I'm gonna do a mask today to help clear up some of these breakouts that I have. And one of my favorite masks is actually not this one, but I'll go ahead and insert my favorite one from this line. But this is the L'Oreal Pure Clay Mask, and I think I mentioned this. I don't know if I did actually. I might have mentioned it in my Best of Beauty. Now I can't remember which one this is for because they have several in the line. I bought this one by mistake, the green one, and it's okay. It's not my favorite. I actually like the black mask much more. I feel like whenever I have a breakout, it just clears up your skin. Like, I notice a difference seriously the next day. It's not completely gone, but the pimple has like significantly reduced. So this one's not bad. Again, I bought it by mistake. I just don't notice as much of a difference when I use this one versus the black one. So I'll go ahead and insert a picture of the black one right here, hopefully, if I remember, but this is the one I'm using today. And I like to use this little spoon. I know, so extra, but I don't know. I'm just like really weird about sticking my finger into containers. Like, for some reason it makes me incredibly uncomfortable, like with bacteria from your hands just getting all up in there. So I use that little spoon and then I just take it off the spoon with my hands and put it on my face. I notice I get a ton of clogged pores like right around my nostrils, and I'm just naturally very red right there. So I like to really make sure I get up in this area, like right there, because I usually have like a lot of redness, a lot of breakouts. I actually don't normally take this mask on my cheeks because I feel like my cheeks just don't really break out, and I feel like masks kind of agitate my rosacea, especially pore cleaning masks like something like this. So I usually don't take it on my cheeks, but because I haven't done a mask in so long, I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. And then plus I already said I fell asleep with my makeup on the other night, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do it for today. But typically I do just the forehead, the center of my face, my pores right here, and my chin. So I'm gonna let this sit for about 10 minutes and then I will come back and we'll finish off the rest of the face. Once I get my mask completely off, I'm ready to move on with the rest of my face because Lord knows this is 8 million steps. I like to go in with the simple Micellar cleansing water, and I just recently started using this. I used to use like a regular toner, but I found that toners, especially for oily skin, were just really drying out my skin. So I decided I wanted to go in with a micellar water because sometimes there can be a little bit of makeup left over. Even after we do all these steps, sometimes you just miss a little something. So I like this because it's super gentle. It adds a lot of hydration back into my skin, and if I miss anything, this will get it off right away. So let me just go ahead and show you guys my cotton, and there's literally nothing left. I did a really good job today. I use retinols and I use other types of serums that where if you get them in your eye, they can really irritate your eyes. So because I use those types of serums, I like to go in and do my eye cream first. And the one that I'm using right now is this one. This is from Badescu, and this is the Hyluronic eye cream. This is a little more pricey. I want to say this is around $18. Eye creams are one of those things that I'm willing to spend a little more money on. I don't think this is expensive by any means because a lot of drugstore eye creams are at least like usually around the $15 mark. I find at least like ones that have retinols and stuff in them. As I've gotten older, I like to use things with a little more anti-aging properties in them so I can stop fine lines or help the fine lines that I already have. So one of my absolute favorites is actually the Neutrogena Rapid Wrinkle Repair. I think that's what it's called, eye cream. That's one of my favorites. I've gone through like 3 or 4 of those. I just wanted to try something new, so I picked this up. Even though it has hyaluronic acid in it, I feel like it doesn't do like the best job of keeping my eyes not dry because I feel like my eyes have been drier than ever. So once I finish that off, I'm probably going to be moving on to something else, but it's not the worst. It takes a little bit of time to sink in, and I absolutely hate that because I just feel like I can feel it on my eyes, but you know, it's okay. It's getting the job done. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish it off. It doesn't burn my eyes or anything like that, and I feel like my under eyes are very soft, but like I've noticed I've been having a lot of trouble with this eyelid in particular. It's been very watery and super dry this last couple of months, and I feel like that's not really doing anything to help it. Not a bad product. I just want to try other things. So after I get my eye cream on my eye, I like to go in with my serums, and I alternate between these two. This is the ordinary lactic acid, and they have 2 types of lactic acid. I use the 10%. It's a little bit of a stronger formula, and then this one is their retinol serum. I just started using serums like at the beginning of the year. This is something totally new for me. I just felt like my skin needed something else. I was having a lot of problems with texture, more than usual, a lot of problems with breakouts, and just things that I never dealt with before. So, you know, I am a little older. I'm in my late 20s, getting very close to my 30s, so I just felt like it was time that I just kind of stepped up my game, and I just recently decided to start using serums, and I feel like my skin has never looked better. So The Ordinary is a very affordable brand. I've been interested in trying it forever, and when I saw they came to Sephora, that's when I decided to give it a chance. I don't know if this is true, but I heard they're leaving Sephora and moving to Ulta, which actually makes me a little happier because I actually shop at Ulta more since if you have an Ulta rewards card, you can redeem your points for cash. I know. So I've been doing all my shopping at Ulta, and I only buy from Sephora now when it's just a Sephora exclusive. But other than that, I've been shopping at Ulta. I have to recommend you guys definitely do all your shopping at Ulta. Definitely check that out. But I go back and forth between these two. I'm sure you guys know about retinol. This just helps fine lines. It helps plump up the skin. It can make your skin very sensitive. I have used retinols in the past, and they have dried my skin out too much. So I kind of stayed away from them, but this one is super gentle. Definitely do research. I did lots and lots of research. For what I thought I needed for my skin, I decided to go with the retinol and the lactic acid. So I used lactic acid last night, so I'm going to use the retinol tonight. I do every other night. You're not supposed to use these two together, and to be 100% honest, I just don't remember why. I think they counteract one another if I'm not mistaken, so I don't use them together. That's why I like to use them every other night. And lactic acid, if you guys don't know, is actually a peel. So it helps with texture, it helps keep your skin clear, it helps with wrinkles. But definitely make sure that you do your research. I did a lot of research before I purchased any of these products. Even though they're affordable, I'm more concerned with what's going on my face. So I did a lot of research, and this is what I thought worked best for my skin, and this has been working for me. I have to say that since I started incorporating these two in my routine, my skin has honestly never looked better. I've just felt so much more confident without makeup, so I very highly suggest you guys check out The Ordinary. I also use something else from them that I use in my morning skincare routine, and I can do a morning video if you guys are interested in seeing that. Just let me know below in the comments, but these two have been absolute godsend for me. I love these two. So I go in with the retinol. You don't want to use a lot of retinol. I probably used about like maybe a nickel size amount. I believe they say to use even a pea size amount, but I feel like I got a lot of face to cover, so I just take a very small amount and I really make sure to just make the most of what's on my hand. I pat it into my skin. Retinol thins your skin out, so when you overuse it, it can make your skin very dry. It can make it very kind of brittle, if that makes sense. I don't know if that's really the best word to describe it, but it can just really make your skin very dry, and that has happened to me in the past. So I use that very, very sparingly. I use the smallest amount that I possibly can to cover my entire face. Because I am so hesitant about my skin drying out with retinol, I like to go in with a super heavy nighttime moisturizer. And the one that I'm using right now is this one from L'Oreal. This is the Hydra Genius moisturizer. Okay, so I actually got this back when my skin was being really dry and really weird. If you guys watched any of my videos from like the winter, I mentioned that my skin just like flipped and got dry out of nowhere. That was when I was using retinol. Even though my skin is like back to normal and it's back to being oily, I am still using this. I want to finish it up. And then I think I'm gonna go back to using the Neutrogena Hydro Boost. That is like one of the best drugstore moisturizers that I've ever used ever. But I think I've mentioned before, I'm kind of on this kick right now where I'm trying not to be so wasteful and just like over purchasing and like wasting so much money and space and just like time on products. I'm really trying to finish up what I have at the moment, so I'm gonna use this until I finish it. It's fine, it gets the job done. It sinks into the skin pretty quickly, but it's fragranced, so if you guys don't like that, you probably won't like this. But the Neutrogena Water Boost is really nice. It's a little more lightweight. This is just a tad bit too heavy for me. If you do have dry skin, I think you would really, really like this because it does make your skin look very soft and supple, and I do like this a lot. I just don't need something so heavy since my skin has gotten back to being oily. So if you are oily, I would recommend the Neutrogena Hydro Boost. It's like a gel-like consistency. Oh my god, it does wonders for your skin. So yeah, I would recommend that. And then as you guys saw, I take this down the neck because we don't want to neglect the neck. And that's actually it. We're finally done. These are all the products that I use every single day, and they're all affordable. I want to say the majority of them are under 10 bucks, including the serums. Serums are typically super expensive, so I love that I'm able to use something and recommend something to you guys that I love that is also super affordable, especially if you're on a budget. I personally just love to try budget-friendly things, and I love to recommend budget-friendly things to other people who maybe just don't have the money to spend on expensive skincare. So that's the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. If you took the time to watch this video, make sure you subscribe before you go, and let me know what you think in the comments below. Please leave me recommendations for other skincare, especially affordable skincare. I love trying new affordable skincare. I will add them on my list of things to try. Let me know what other videos you want to see. If you want me to review certain products or talk about other things in videos, just let me know and I will be more than happy to do so. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.